So, this is a very interesting topic for the Vedanti, the Mahavakyas. But before that, let us start with this prayer. Ya Purvam Brahmanam Vidadhati Yapvai Tasmai Vedat Cha Prahinoti Aham Mumukshu. Cosmic being Brahma, in the beginning of each cycle, and who reveals the Vedas, in that Lord, the revealer of self-knowledge, verily do I take refuge, seeking for liberation. So this is the prayer. Now it is the prayer itself is giving an idea that there is a God, I know that God, and I am praying to Him, not like that. Why this called is at God? Because that is the word we can understand. Something beyond the human level. The humanity, then above that there is something which is that God. So they are mentioning about the God. But who is that God? He is creating the Brahma, the creator. One who can create the creator. What type of God is he? Or she? Or it? And second comes again that he gave the Brahma Veda. The Veda is the revelations of the God himself or the knowledge itself. So that revelation, that knowledge he gave to the Brahma, who is that? So that is the idea. The moment we mention the word God, immediately we think about something very personal, maybe Buddha, maybe Jesus, maybe Sri Ramakrishna, maybe Rama, but it is not like that. Here the God means that consciousness which is the source of everything, and to know that is the ultimate goal of every human being. Below that is always temporary. Below that is always we have the possibility of the people to come back once again. So that is why the Brahma Jnana is very, very important. Particularly the Advaitin, they give stress on this Brahma Jnana. It's called the Vedanta, the end portion of the Veda, the knowledge and the knowledge of the One, knowledge of the unity. So here slowly we will try to understand that, but how to understand that? Then it says Mahavakyas. Why Mahavakya, the great statements? Because that is the only route. By thinking over that, pondering over that, meditating over that, understanding that really, we can reach to ultimate goal that is called Brahman. So Advaita Vedanta is the dominant and most well-known school of Indian philosophy. And in India, philosophy is known as the Darshana. Here the philosophy means the argument, that is the Darshana, and Darshana means the vision. Usually, each and every philosophy, Indian or Western, they try to analyze and to give the answer of the three questions. Who is the creator? When you look around, we see that so many things have been created. Who is the creator? Who has created this? Whenever you look at this different building, you always think there must be someone who thought about it. The engineer or the one who thought about it and then gave a conception of that and then employed some engineers to do that. Whose conceptions is this? So they call architect nowadays. They give the conception. And they give the conception under considering many, many things. This is just over here. There's a big, the ocean type lake. The strong wind will come. Snow will be there. And so many considerations. Then only they draw the structure. Engineers, they transform the structure. This, according to the Hindu, this engineer, that is the Brahma, the Vishnu, the Maheshwara. But who actually gave the idea? That is called Brahman. So this is the philosophy that's called the darshan. Darshan means the vision. Creator, creation, and relation between the creator and the creation. This is the three questions answered by the philosophy analytically. Just God created, then God created us, then we have to go to, if we do bad, then God will punish. If we do something good, God will take us back to heaven. This type of, no, you have to give the argument, judgment, and also again and again in everything you have to give the analogy, why we are doing it, why this, why that. So we will come to that. But Indian philosophy, as you all know, that we are having 6 Indian philosophies. One is Vedanta, then Yoga, then Samkhya, Mimamsa, Nyaya, and Vaishashika. Nyaya, Vaishashik, Mimamsa, Sankhya, Yoga, Vedanta. I am not going to give the details about this. Some of them they believe in God and some of them don't, but all of them they believe in the Veda, the revelations that came, that was manifested through the rishis. Over that only they are giving. Vedanta itself is having 6 schools. We talk about the Vedanta. Veda Anta, the end part of the knowledge, that is the highest knowledge. But even to explain that highest knowledge, even to give the conception, the idea of the highest knowledge, different teachers came forward according to their revelations, understanding, realization. They gave a philosophy. So the Vedanta school is having another 6 schools inside. What are they? Advaita, we know about it. Then Vishishta Advaita. Many of us, we have heard about it, and in the South India particularly, Ramanuja followers are there. Vishishta Advaita. Then Shuddha Advaita. Achinta Veda Aveda. It's another. Veda Aveda, and then the Dvaita. Madhvacharya, he strongly he propagated, he believed and strongly propagated that this being and the God are always separate. It can never be one. Exactly opposite, Advaita, there is no two. They believe only in one. This slowly, if we cannot complete it today itself, we may continue in the next lecture, because it's a long thing to understand. Slowly we will try to understand this. But Vedanta is not a view of reality, it is also a spiritual life. Now sometimes the philosophy, they give only the view, that is their view. They say this is the way it goes. No, it is a life also. Only theory won't do. You have to give it into life so that the ordinary people can also practice. So that is a totally different thing. Giving a theory, most of our so-called the big professors, they give only theories. Particularly, some of the big people, they go and they say, this must be this must be. Have you ever tried that yourself? No. It's all on the notebook. They'll be calculating if we go like this and then that. But when you try to do that, you will understand it's so difficult. So Advaita Vedanta is not only a theory, but also it helps the spiritual life, way of spiritual life, is helping to grow the spiritual life. We are all Advaitin. You know that famous the incident that happened? Swami Vivekananda, he constructed the temple in Belur Math. He was worshipping Sri Ramakrishna over there. At the same time, he told, don't worship any god, including Sri Ramakrishna, in this particular place. That is in the Himalaya. That's called Mayavati. Still that ashrama is there. And there you should practice Advaita. Advaita means no separation, only within yourself. But it's so difficult. Day and night you are alone. When you look at the God, there is someone. When you go to the temple, there is some place. But when you think about myself, oh, I am, what do you think? So that is very, very difficult. So obviously one brahmachari and the monks, they were doing inside, just secretly in their own rooms. They were worshipping Thakur, kept the photo. Swami Vivekananda was a very good organizer and a leader. Not only giving some instruction, he used to go and see whether it is done or not. So he started visiting all the rooms of the monks. He entered into a room and he found that Sri Ramakrishna's picture with all decoration, flower, incense sticks. Then he said in his own way, because he used to love Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna so dearly, so he said, oh my God, the old man is still here. He has again. I stopped not to bring him over here, and they have brought him here and sitting in this room. He asked the in charge and told, stop that. So obviously that brahmachari didn't like it, and he thought, as because Swamiji went to America and the West, he got all this peculiar idea. How come that we should not worship Sri Ramakrishna? Sri Ramakrishna is our God. We are leaving our all, everything, hearth and home only because of Sri Ramakrishna. And why? Then whom to write? Because Swamiji is the top. Then above Swamiji was Ma Sharadamani Devi. So he wrote to Ma Sharadamani Devi and told, Mother, I want your opinion. Is it that Swami Vivekananda is asking us to do like this as because he has visited the Europe and influenced by them? Then the mother wrote a beautiful letter. Mother means her husband. In the worldly relation, her husband, Sri Ramakrishna. Mother means Sri Ramakrishna, the soul, very soul. Ramakrishna gata prana. But her view was very clear. She wrote back, your Guruji, that means Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, was Advaitin. You, all of you are Advaitin. So whatever Swami Vivekananda said, Naren said, are correct. So this is the wonderful conception. When Swami Vivekananda was propagating over here, he never mentioned about the name of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, my Guru, never. He said only the principles, what he followed. He never placed the person before the principle. So what is the principle? Here Advaita Vedanta. What is this Advaita Vedanta? Can ordinary people also follow that? Yes. This is following the Advaita Vedanta, the teachings of the Vedanta. The people can overcome the daily life's problem, transcend limitations, realize the ultimate truth, and attain bliss. This is very practical. When a person, he came and he is asking us, so I am so bad in study and I cannot concentrate. Every time I am getting very poor marks. Everybody is laughing. Mother is scolding day and night. Father is also threatening that he will withdraw the support. What shall I do? I am trying my best, but it is not possible for me to understand this mathematics or English or science or this and that. What shall I do? How you are going to help that boy? Shall we say, oh, you cannot do anything, so go and commit suicide? What shall we say? Swami Vivekananda said, it is impossible that you don't have any speciality. You must be having some speciality. Utilize that. Why not? Then he said, each is great in his own place. And his famous, that quotation, a cobbler can mend a shoe, but he cannot he is not an administrator, so he cannot run the state or the kingdom. King can rule, but can king mend the shoe? The king is having the capacity to run a big institution, a kingdom itself, but the cobbler is also having some speciality. He can mend the shoe. So why don't you think on that? I can do this, why not? One of our famous Swami, when he joined, he was from a village, and when he came to the Ramakrishna mission, you know Ramakrishna mission from the beginning, Swami Vivekananda's disciples from the Europe, they used to go, they used to talk in English, and the educated people, they used to come and visit. So he started losing self-confidence. Oh my God, where I have come? I cannot speak English. So he used to always hide, so that then slowly he tried to understand, why should I? One day he heard a senior Swami giving a discourse on Bhagavad Gita, quoting that famous word of Sri Krishna, Urdharet atmana atmanam na atma avasadayet. You must help your own mind to raise, and do not always think or ever think that you cannot do anything. You can. Tremendous power is within you. Then he started thinking, yes, I am from village. I can climb the coconut tree. Can they compete with me in climbing the coconut tree? None of them will be. They can speak English, but I can climb the tree. I can swim. They will never dare to swim with me, crossing the river. And I know the boat rowing. I know so many things. Why should I be dejected? I have the self-confidence. He became very famous orator afterwards, and he became the president of the Ramakrishna mission, Swami Ranganathananda ji. And after becoming president, he told, a cook has become the president. So because of the confidence, self-confidence, he appeared in the class 10 exam and then left the home, and never inquired whether he passed the exam or not. And in those days, they never used to see the certificates. You told, that is all right. So that man, that's called self-confidence. And we have seen just before us, tremendous self-confidence. And that is Advaita. Each soul is potentially divine. You cannot do this, but you can do that. Tremendous. The moment you have that potentiality, the confidence within you that I can do this, you won't feel jealous with others. So they can do that, okay, that is their specialty, let them do. God has given me this opportunity, I am doing this. So this way Advaita helps in so many problems in the daily life. What is the problem? Jealousy. What is the problem? This self-confidence. What is the problem? That I am alone. Who said? You are that eternal. That knowledge, a lamp of knowledge is burning within you. That is called Advaita. The Vedanta teaches human being how to overcome problems of daily life, and at the same time transcend limitations and realize the ultimate truth and attain bliss. I can. Why not? It's not ego, but self-confidence. And basing on this Vedanta, this Advaita, Swami Vivekananda said, Previously, the religion used to say that he is an atheist who does not believe in God in heaven. But the new religion says he is an atheist who has no confidence in himself. The self-confidence. It's not ego, but self-confidence. I can do this. I'll be able to do this. So that self-confidence. Then one lady lost the husband and also the other family members, and she naturally broke down. Everything is lost in my life. I told her, why? She came all the way to Andaman to meet me. What shall I do? She's very rich, and they were having so many businesses. I told, take this challenge, because you are a daughter from the business family. The business is in your blood. Don't bother about that. You keep one or two teachers to understand the accounts and also the English, because in the board meetings and all that, you have to speak. If you allow some others to speak, then you will lose. No, don't do that. You will have to speak. But take the course in English. You will learn it very easily. And at the same time, the accountancy, the how to manage all this. Whatever you are, now you distribute among the poor people, and they will really keep you on the head. So whatever the capacity that you are having, apply that, and then earn a lot of money and give it back to the society, particularly those who cannot earn in that way. He learned first two. He listened to me, the 3 steps instructions I gave, advices. He followed these first 2. He kept the teachers and earned a lot of money. The third one, he said no. So anyway, that is. So she never. There is a lady. She never gave that. Of all the schools of Vedanta, Advaita is now accepted as the main Hinduism. So anywhere you go, the main Hinduism is Advaita. The famous, the Western scholar Paul Deussen expressed in a wonderful way. And come here. Come here. You can also come in the front. Come. But I think the sun. Only yesterday we were wanting the sunlight, and today. So that Paul Deussen, is a German philosopher, is a very famous philosopher. He said, on the tree of wisdom, there are no fairer flower than the Upanishads, and no finer fruit than the Vedanta philosophy. So this is the German philosopher. He is after studying so much. Advaita has 2 aspects. One is a philosophy, another is aspect of realization. So this we must keep in mind. Advaita has the philosophy. In fact, it is the creation of Shankaracharya. The famous Shankaracharya, he made that philosophy. What is the philosophy? Analytical way to explain the ideology. The idea is, I am one and there is no two. That is the conception, okay. But only telling that won't do. You have to explain it. How come that you are one? It is not possible. So that is the way Advaita philosophy is having this. The philosophy is the creation of the Shankaracharya. Before that, you can keep it afterwards. Okay. Because it is a really very tough thing to understand. We see so many, and I feel difference. I am a human being, I am a man, I am different from the animals and birds. Again, I am different from other human beings. I am a male, and these so many varieties. Now suddenly if I say, no, I am one, how it is possible? So you have to have the philosophy so that you can explain how it is possible. The philosophy, one, and second is experience, Advaita Anubhuti. That is a totally different thing. Philosophy, many people can do, many people can understand, many people can explain, and we have so many teachers in the past and present too, explaining Advaita in such a nice way. But Advaita Anubhuti, whatever I am telling, feeling within, that is different thing. One person who never studied any Advaita book, he realized that. That is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Ma Sharadamani Devi. Swami Vivekananda, of course, he studied and he realized. But the famous, we can say, Latu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutananda, he never could write even the first letter A. And he realized that. So Advaita as a philosophy and Advaita as an Anubhuti, these are the two conceptions. Philosophy explains how the impersonal absolute becomes the phenomenal world. Now, this is from here the philosophy begins. Impersonal, absolute. What is absolute? There cannot be two. The moment we say two, it is not absolute. Impersonal, absolute is becoming the phenomenal world. When we say, particularly a portion of the land belongs to my country, I must have every freedom to go over there. The moment we say, no, we cannot go, somebody else is dictating, no, you cannot go, that means that plot I cannot claim that belongs to me, of this country. So absolute means absolute. That cannot be two, no conception of two, second. But same thing is becoming again so many, how that is possible? So that is also a mystery. And in the Taittiriya Upanishad, we based always on the Upanishads and on the Veda. And Taittiriya Upanishad gives step by step, Yatoba imani bhutani jayante, the very famous quotation, where from it begins, all this, from which all the beings take birth. Yatoba imani, these bhutani beings, jayante, take birth. Now, immediately the moment you read this line, two things are coming in mind, something and from that coming so much. Second, ena jatani jivanti, in which they live after being born. That is also the substratum. Over that they are living. Yat prayanti abhisambisanti, and towards which they move and march after the death, after the cessation. Tad vijignyasasya, you must try to understand that. Tat, that, vijignyasasya. Vijignya means ask about that, try to know about that. And what is that? Tat brahmeti, that is Brahman. Now this is one thing, okay, if you accept this one, is all right. So there is something like a Brahman, and out of the Brahman all these things are coming out, and they are living on that Brahman and ultimately going back to that Brahman. Okay. Sometimes we see that some flowers, like the lotuses, they come out of the water, there is a mud and the shallow water, and a beautiful flower comes up in that, and it's living in that water, and one day it withers and go inside the water. Is it like that? Because our experience, it can say, a Brahman, from that we have come, we are living on that Brahman, and one day we will merge in the Brahman. But here the Upanishad says, vijignyasasya, try to know that. That is important. It's not the creation, not so many things or the activities, but what is that from which the being came, they live and entered back into that. What is that? Tat, Vijigyasasya, that you must ask, that you must try to know. And on the basis of this, so many different type of explanations came, but all are going to the same ultimate Brahman. Here, the moment we say like that, the question comes, is Brahman the cause of this creation? You said from that order, naturally, is a cause of the creation. If you say yes, real cause or apparent cause, is it directly it is creating or it is supporting something? Today we were discussing just that some people, they are protesting here and there because some of the decisions they didn't like. But why they didn't like? They liked someone else. If that, where is he or she? So it is somewhere else. That means the thing that is happening, it is not directly involved. That particular person is not directly involved, but it is involved. So is Brahman directly creating this phenomenal world, or is just supporting something else and giving something? So this is happening. So real cause or apparent cause? Then is Brahman transformed in totality after creation? When you create, it becomes completely transformed. Like we make the milk, we transform the milk into yogurt. And then you cannot claim, give the milk back. It is not possible. Someone gave you the 1 liter of milk and said, can you please make an yogurt out of this? You made the whole thing. Oh no, I don't like this yogurt. Give me my milk back. Can you give that milk back? No, the transformation is complete, total. If that is so, then when the Brahman created this universe with so many varieties and all that, when there is no Brahman, it is all exhausted. Okay, we can say the milk has become yogurt and all the yogurt is nothing but the milk, but it is not in reality milk. It is yogurt, it is totally different. So that is the idea we have to understand. It is exhausted completely. Is Brahman material cause or intelligent cause? That is also another question. See how many, and that is called philosophy. You cannot go just say something and okay, and you must accept or I will punish you. No, that is not the thing. That is the beauty of the Hinduism. Always freedom. And that's why 6 systems of philosophy, and of one of that, the Vedanta philosophy is so important. And this Advaita or the Vedanta is again having 6 schools. That means each one is free to express his own views. Achinta Veda Aveda Bada. So that this someday we will discuss about the philosophies, then we may discuss about that. So this Veda and Aveda, there is a difference and again there is no difference like that. Here it says the Brahman is material cause or the intelligent cause. Why? All we know from our experience, whatever we try to do, always it takes 2 things. One, material, and the intelligent cause. Unless and until you are having the material, you cannot do. And even after the material, if you cannot know how to do that, the material will only lie over there. It will sit over there. We are already having that blinds. The material is there, but we don't know how to fix it over here. We need someone else to come and fix and properly. We gave someone to hang a picture and he hanged in that way, then afterwards it fell down and somehow it. So only material won't do. Picture was there, the material, you have to hang, but the person who hanged it. So that is the main thing. The one person who was quarreling with another, his neighbor. Why? Every time he will purchase one picture and he will put a nail, but the common wall, and such a big nail that it goes and pierces the other side also. That fellow is coming and complaining, why you are using so big? No, I am only getting this much. So naturally, what to do? And what is your problem? You also hang over there. I am helping you. You also can hang the pictures over there, that side. Why this? So many things happened. Why? Because we do not know how to. One of our Swami, he never knew how to the vehicle, how to drive a vehicle. But he saw it is nothing. The driver is sitting and doing little like this, and then it's moving. He never understood that there is something at the below, and with the feet, with the that you have to manipulate. Then only it is possible. He thought only, he saw very carefully that something is going on like this, and the car is moving. When the driver left that, it is in Purulia, and lucky Purulia, because a huge field, so there's no problem. And students were all inside the school, and he came out of the office, he saw the vehicle, he sat, and it was already started because the driver just went to some place and he wanted to come within a second. And when he came out, this Swami pushed that and started moving, and he felt something below very soft. He started pushing that, and that was accelerator, and it started going faster. And then the driver started running and shouting, put the brake, and he shouting, where is the brake? So like that, then ultimately it stopped by breaking the whole thing. That there was another inside that big field, there's a little downs like this, there's a channel. So he fell over there, he got little hard also, but he learned it is not so, it is really difficult to drive through experience. So vehicle was there, material was there, but the intelligence was not there. But the person who is driving is uneducated in that way, but he is intelligent to know about it. So naturally, is Brahman is material cause or the intelligence cause? So this is the answer. Upanishad describes Brahman two aspects. One is, this is very interesting. Brahman is the ultimate. Without Brahman, there is nothing. But we can see the creation also, we cannot simply deny. Some of the Vedantin, they say, Jagat teen kal mein hai hi nahi. This world is not belonging, there is nothing. Sometimes some people, they say like that. But Jagat is there. Of course there. You cannot simply deny that. So that is why, very practically, this Vedantin, they said, Nirvishesha and Savishesha. The Brahman is having two aspects. One is Nirvishesha, devoid of any characteristics. That is a Sanskrit word they use, Nirbishesha. Ni means negative. Bishesha, speciality. There is no speciality. Ni Bishesha, Nirbishesha. There is no speciality, there is nothing special, only one. So there is no characteristics, but Swabhishesha, endowed with many qualities, the same thing. Nirvishesha, again it is Swabhishesha. And Nirvishesha Brahman is also known as Para Brahman. Para means the highest, the supreme Brahman. And again the same thing is known as Apara Brahman. A means negative. The Brahman, again Apara, negative, means inferior Brahman. Why you are telling like this? Because the support of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka, the Rishi, very clearly says, Dve Bhava Brahmano Rupa. The Brahmana, it is having two different type of Rupa. What is that? One is Amurta, or negative Murta, so it is subtle. Murta means the image. As because there is no image, so what is that? Subtle. Again, Murta, it is gross. The same thing, it says Amara, immortal. It never changes, it never dies. There can never be a time when Brahman is not there. So Amara, again it is Mara, mortal. And it is all terminology. Aparichinna. Parichinna means covered. Covered means it is limited. Aparichinna, unlimited. And again parichinna, it is limited. And it is said, it is aparaksha. And other one is pratyaksha. Now here we need a little explanation about the pratyaksha, because when we say that ordinarily pratyaksha means direct. I see this pratyaksha knowledge, I see this directly. I need not to get an idea about the prasad, the food that was offered to Thakur, because I have seen it. I have offered it to Thakur. So pratyaksha knowledge. When I go back and talk to people about the Chicago, whatever places I have visited, pratyaksha knowledge, direct knowledge. But in Vedanta, this pratyaksha means is limited knowledge. That is not, is defined pratyaksha. It is aparaksha. Paraksha or aparaksha. This is the little difference we have to keep in mind. Again and again, our Vedantic book will say aparaksha anubhuti. That means you are not taking the help of anything. Now, when I see these things, I am taking the help of something. What is that? Eyes. But only eyes? Light. And again? Mind. There are so many things are necessary. Suppose it is dark, even though you are having the eyes, you cannot see. So naturally you need the light, and only light won't do. You need the clear eyes also. And at the same time, it is the mind, is not the eyes only. Eyes only, it goes out and it takes the form and shape and then bring back the information. Mind only accept it. So the three things are necessary, and we say pratyaksha, direct knowledge. So there may be some doubt. If the light is not proper, then there will be difficulty. We saw something and we thought something. It is always happen. When there is no the light properly, it happens like this. So this is, according to the Vedanta, Brahman is also known as Jnana, Sambit and Anubhuti. When you are talking about the Vedanta, they sometimes use these three terminologies also, the Jnana or the Sambit. There is a beautiful magazine that is published by our Sarada Mission, that is Sambit. From Delhi they publish. If you become the member, that is good. They will also get some support, and you can also read some very good the articles. This our Matajis they write, and the Anubhuti. So pratyaksha word is used to mention the knowledge of the material, and aparaksha is used for the realization of the Brahman. Again, how can you say that? Again, the Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it says Yat Shakshat Aparakshat Brahma. Yat Shakshat, you have realized it. What is that? Aparakshat Brahma, without the help of anything. Not even the eyes, not even the sense organs, not even the light of this world, nothing. Isn't that wonderful? I am not taking the help of anything, but the knowledge is coming. And that is the reason, without the help of anything, our Latu Maharaj, Adbhutananda ji, he realized that Brahman. And that is why Swami Vivekananda gave him the name Adbhuta Ananda. He is always in joy in that Adbhuta, Adbhuta again the Brahman. You cannot explain. Swamiji said, look at Latu, constantly in that particular condition, and a high condition of Brahman. We have three different stages. We are working, so mind is coming down into the world. Then we are studying, so intellectual level. Then we are going to the spiritual level. But the Latu constantly on spiritual level. It is not coming down. That is Pratyaksha, and that is the Yat Shakshat Aparakshat Brahma. So that is our Upanishad says. What is the timing? 12. Then Advaita philosophy, that is the Sri Shankara, convincingly established the non-dual nature of Brahman as the ultimate reality. Shankara. In Advaita, again and again I am mentioning that there are many schools again there. I mean in the Vedanta. But in the Advaita Vedanta, it is the Shankara, the famous mind, that convincingly is establishing non-dual nature of the Brahman. Brahman is completely one and not is two, never two. It took the help of the Upanishads and profusely quoted the Upanishad. Here I can say from the Chandogya Upanishad. The Chandogya Upanishad very clearly mentioned Sadeva Soumya Idam Agra Asit. Then again to explain it says Ekam Eva Aditiyam. The Shankara is quoting from the Chandogya Upanishad and he says that Sadeva Soumya Idam Agra Asid. In the beginning, where from the creation came, that is the main question. In the beginning, O dear one, Soumya, there was only one being, one only without a second. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and Katha Upanishad also support this view, and we get the support from there. It says, Neha nanasti kinchana, na iha nana. Nana means variety. There is no diversity whatsoever in it. Na iha neha nana asti kinchana. So there is only one. Shankaracharya is telling it is non-dual. It cannot be two, never. Now we will come to the another this thing. This is the most crucial problem for the Advaita philosophy to explain. How this one, non-dual one, without two, become so many? You are going to simply say that you are not there. Some people they say, arrogantly they say, is all Maya, nothing is there. You are superimposing. Are superimposing? I am superimposing what? A snake on a rope. That is a very traditional way they say. You are snake, you are imposing on a rope, actually that is a rope only. So similarly, you are imposing the Jagat, the samsara, on the Brahman. Then the opponent people they say, that means you have seen the snake before. If you don't have the knowledge of the snake, how can you impose? If you have not seen the snake ever, will you be able to create or imagine anything that you have not heard or seen or read? How can you? The children, they do not understand snakes or anything. They will go and try to touch the snake even. The seniors, those who have that experience, they know the snakes are poison. Most people they will say here in America, snakes are not poison. That may be so that snakes are not poisonous, but which snake is poisonous, which is not, and who is going to know about it? So when there is a snake, take care. So here they say, Vedantin always say, the rope and the snake, this is only a rope and completely unharmful. You are imposing a snake, a terrible thing on that and getting afraid of. It is only Brahman, you are imposing Jagat on it, but that means you have had the experience of Jagat before. Where from you got that Jagat? The Jagat was before, and you had that experience, then you are imposing it on the Brahman. So a little difficult. Where from the Jagat came? Shankara is explaining, and that is the difficult, most difficult part of the Advaita Vedanta to explain in a very, what's called with the rational way, correct. The rational way, how it is. It says the Upanishad, the Brahma Sutra, and all the schools of Vedanta hold that Brahman is both material cause, Upadana Karana, and the efficient cause, the Nimitta Karana. Upadan means the material, and Nimitta Karana is the intellectual cause. All the schools, why again and again all the schools? Because 6 schools are already there in the Vedanta. And this they say Brahman is the material cause and Upadana Karana, and also the Nimitta Karana. Now here comes, Brahman is described as Abhang Manasa Gocharam. Abhang Manasa Gocharam, or Bhang. Or means negative, Bhang means the speech, Manasa the mind. Gocharam means or negative, Gocharam is not possible to understand. Gochara means understand. Agocharam. Abhang Manasa Gocharam, Agocharam. It is not possible, indescribable in words, and unknowable to the mind. You cannot describe the Brahman. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said in this way, Brahman is the only thing which has never become uchishta, defiled by the human mouth. Always we say, when you have eaten something, that's called uchishta, it has already been accepted. When you offer to Thakur or to God, and we are planning, oh, I will eat this one when it is over, that one I will give to him, it is uchishta. You cannot offer that to Thakur. And if you are planning that, acha, how many people are coming? 12 people, okay, according to that food, and that you will offer to, no, uchishta, because already you have thought to give it to somebody else. So to offering to food to God is very, very, purity is necessary. Constantly you have to go on thinking, I am going to cook for God, going to offer to God, God is going to eat it, who else will come or not, don't bother about that. Sometimes in the Ramnam and the Shyamanam, Shivanam, in our ashrama, that the family, they take the responsibility, we will cook for that, and they will inform and invite all their relatives. That day suddenly so many people. Why, where from? In our ashrama only 3 souls. Chidananda ji is moving like a Brahman, there is no activity. And I am sitting on the top floor and Bharadanda ji at the back. That's 3 of us. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar, and no activity. So like that it goes. Suddenly in that shrine there is a lot of people on Ramnam. And how people became interested? No, he invited. And why? Because he is cooking. And it's wrong. You can invite, come and attend the puja, not for the food. You can attend the puja, that's all right. I am going to cook, I invite you, please come and take the dinner. No. The moment you think it, forget about telling, you are thinking that has already been offered to them. God cannot accept that. So the Sri Ramakrishna again and again said, I cannot take the uchishta that has already been given to somebody else. So agrabhaga. Agrabhaga is the first thing that you have to. There's someone, they like me also, I don't take sweets, so they cook the what's called the payasham and take some portion of the payasham before mixing with the sugar. So as because you don't take sugar, I have kept something from the beginning itself before mixing. God cannot take that. Because already agrabhaga, the first portion you have offered to me, how God can take that? So when we are cooking for God, it's really very difficult. While cooking or offering, you have to wash your hand and these and that is the way the devotees they go. If you are doing it, when you are talking, but it's also dangerous. When you are cooking for God, you should not. One should go and see how people they cook for our Jagannath. They allow you to see from distance. And you will see so many people they are doing and so many wonderful way. And Jagannath Prasad, that is really wonderful to see. Only one, they are having the water. It's a huge, I'm explaining something else, not Brahman, but the Jagat. So they will be having a huge container full of water boiling. And over that, one after another, a little smaller and smaller, it will go up to 10, 12. And that boiling water, that will send, slowly it will be cooked. Can you imagine how they are cooking? And it's not one, so many. And all will come down and they will distribute and they will give to the food to the God. And no one can see that. You are not supposed to see what actually they are cooking and what food they are carrying. Unless and until it is already offered. That's why the people, they close the door or give one curtain when the pujari is offering the food to God. So no one should see. Then naturally, oh, Sajja, they have given the rasgulla, good. So before it was offered to Thakur. So why I am telling this? Because Brahman, Sri Ramakrishna used this word uchchista. That means defiled by the human being. When you can explain anything, you can say anything, that becomes defiled. Love is pure. We only feel within heart. The moment you express it, that the density or the gravity of that love is lost. Again and again, I love you too, I love you too. This is all actually inside, this is all a courtesy. Thank you, welcome, like that. So one is very, very important to understand the real meaning of this. The Brahman is the sole reality. There cannot be anything else. Brahman is pure consciousness. And our mind is conscious, right? That's why they have used pure consciousness. Our mind is conscious, but is it really conscious? No. It's the reflection of the Brahman is on the mind, that's why it is conscious. Like the moon giving the light, is really the moon giving the light? It's the reflection of the sunlight. And when you look at the glasses, it is giving the light. Is it truly? No. Wall is not giving the light, but the glass is. But is the light really belongs to the glass? No. So the Brahman, is it the reflected consciousness of something else? No. That's why they mention the pure consciousness, no adulteration. So this is the sole reality, pure consciousness, and Brahman is, this is very important, eternal subject and never ever an object. Object is a thing which one can see, can understand, can feel, but Brahman is not like that. So when we say that I have realized Brahman, does it mean that I have got that? I am here studying in university, then I graduated and I get a certificate. It's an object. I go and I get the certificate. Is Brahman also like that? I can go and get it from somewhere else? No. It is a subject. It is within you. How can you know it? How can you get it? So this is very, very important. All teachers of the Vedanta, Shankara, Ramanujan, also uncompromising advocate of Dvaita, dualism, Madhvacharya, they accept that there is only one reality, that is Brahman. So we can say that they are all monist and Vedanta is monism, also one. But there is a difference again with these two, Ramanuja and Madhva. And then I think we should stop over here, no? It's becoming too long. So I could not reach Mahavakya, it is far away only. This Vakya, the moment you say that, sometimes the people, they take the initiation, no? They go to the Guru and Guru says the one word, that much. Vakya is also like that, but before that you need the preparation. Otherwise, that will never work. Only some words you have heard, that's all. So here it says, Brahman is in the Chandogya Upanishad it says, Ekam eva aditiyam. Chandogya Upanishad, again it says, Ekam eva aditiyam, one without a second. Shankara, see the intelligent mind, he said, no, the moment you say one, numerical one, the conception of two is also coming. The moment you say one, there is a conception of two. When you say white, that means the other colors are also there. So what? They say Advaita, that's why Advaita. It is one, the moment you say one, it becomes again two. So the philosophy goes so subtle, and to the last level of it, he said, it's not one, you should not mention it as one, it is Advaita, it is not two. Then what remains? That. There is no two, and when there is no two, other numbers naturally never comes. Then when there is not two, there is nothing two, then what it is? It is only one. So this is ultimately it comes. We will discuss in our next class. There is the special way the Vedantin they try to understand. That is called the Veda. When we say that I am different than him or her, how we can say? Physically, mentally, and some other also, the knowledge and all this. Is the Vedanta, when they are describing about the Brahman, how it is totally different. So that we will discuss. Then ultimately when we go to the Guru, because the Vedanta say Brahma Vritti, you have to develop the Brahma Vritti. As we the bhaktas, the devotees, they go on repeating the name of God, Brahma Vritti is also like that. When we hear that Mahavakyas, then you have to go on pondering over that, meditating over that, repeating on that constantly. The vritti should be the whole that. And the yoga, the first, the mantra of the first verse of the aphorism of the yoga is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is yoga? Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is the chitta? Manavritti Nirodha is didn't say. Chitta. When the scripture they use any word, that is a profound word. It is so deep, so meaning. We casually say, we have to control the mind. What is mind actually? It's flow of thought. Where the thought is coming? Because there must be a stock is there, otherwise how it is possible? What is the stock? Chitta. And in the chitta, whatever we see, we hear, we touch, and we gather the information, that is all stored. Not only in this life, past life also. From the past life, all the impressions. And what is yoga? Chitta vritti nirodha. You have to eradicate all those things first. Then you can think about controlling the mind. Only the meditation class is there. I become a member and pay $10 and sit like this. That won't do. It's very difficult. This is okay. As they always say in our the language, if you don't have a maternal uncle, it is better to have a blind maternal uncle. That is so. Kana mama bhalo. So mama is the maternal uncle. Okay, if there is no one, at least only blind one. So that will do. So here it says no. Simply we are going and sitting in for meditation, because your mind, you do not know how big it is, the store, and so much of impression. But we should not lose heart. Why? Because it is possible. And then rationally we will see how slowly the mind, the Vedanta will take us to that position where we will understand I am only one and there cannot be two. Next time we will discuss about that. So Mahavakya, second part, will continue in the next month. So let us chant this mantra again. But before we go away, I will ask a few questions, whether you understood it or not. Let us conclude with this mantra. Yah purvam brahmanam vidadhati yavai tasmai vedat cha prahinoti aham mumukshu vaitamha atma buddhi prakasham devam sharanam prapadde. Here Brahmanam, Brahma is the creator. It's not Brahman, Brahma. So Brahmanam, what he is giving? Vidadhati, giving. What is that? Knowledge, Vedat. Veda is the knowledge, all knowledge. And then I, the mumukshu, this is a wonderful word. Mumukshu is the person who wants to get freedom from this bondage. Not all ordinary people can understand this. Only those who are having the desire to go beyond this bondage, the birth and death, this bondage, they are called mumukshu. They only will try what? Atma buddhi, the knowledge of the self. That we want to know. The one person has written to me, please tell me what is the goal of human life. He is a young man of 21 from India. So I told, if you are following the path of bhakti, that is God, that is your goal. If you are trying to follow the path of jnana, that is Atma Jnana. So the Atma Jnana, who am I? That is the goal, ultimate goal. Who am I? So this is called Atma Buddhi Prakasham, the knowledge of about myself. Who am I really? That Deva, that Supreme God, I surrender to Him. So that is the prayer, the Vedic prayer. Now the thing is, what we were discussing, can anyone give a gist of it? Doctor?
I can say that it is more of self-realization.
The fast is few steps like this. It will be easy for you to remember, because you are really interested to know, to learn. So obviously this is the philosophy. Then philosophy, Indian philosophy, Western philosophy, so many philosophies, right? First, what does it mean by philosophy? Some people are writing poems, some people writing stories. What is the difference between that? The philosophy means darshan in India we call, that means the realization, darsha, drish. I have seen, I have realized what? The creator and the creation and the relation between the creator and the creation. These three, creator, creation and its relation. So this is called the philosophy. And Vedanta is also one of the philosophies. And Veda Anta means the end of the knowledge, all philosophy. And the Vedanta again are having 6 schools, right? And the topmost school of Vedanta is Advaita Vedanta. Dvaita Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. Vedanta is there, but Advaita, Dvaita, Vishishta Advaita. Now this Advaita Vedanta we are describing, just to explain Vishishta and Dvaita. They say Brahman is one, that is true. But there is a difference. That difference we will discuss next day. What is that? we are part and parcel of Brahman. We are a part. We are a part of the Brahman. Shankara says, no, we are the whole. That is the difference. This is. Then comes, as the next step, is that if Brahman is one, then what is this universe? Who created this? That is the question. If we say the Brahman has created, whether the Brahman is the intelligent cause or the material cause, because these two things are necessary. If the Brahman has created, is it totally exhausted after the creation? Like the milk, when it turned to the yogurt, it is exhausted, there is no milk. Is it like that? The Brahman has become the whole universe and there is nothing left in Brahman? So these are the questions. And finally, we were discussing that this Brahman is one, everyone is accepting, but how the difference will be there, how the pramana, that we have to have that, what's called as a pramana is proof. What are the proofs? That we will discuss next. Then finally we will go to those famous words, the great statements, Mahavakyas. So after listening that, we become completely free, because we will remember that, ponder over that, etc. So this is the gist. Next day again I will ask. Okay. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.